Alfresco Al Natural couldn't be happier to support the Ellie Fund by donating meals to families receiving breast cancer treatment. Our goal with these families is to give them one less chore to worry about and that much more time to spend together. Alfresco is made by KM Foods, based right here in Chelsea for the past 100 years. So it's wonderful to see Alfresco's contribution to the Ellie Fund making a difference with families right here in the Boston area. This is Alfresco's second year supporting the Ellie Fund, and we are honored to be working with such an amazing organization.
I got a phone call, like it was any other phone call, like, hi, this is Social Medical calling. You know, like, by the way, you have breast cancer. You were right. My husband was literally coming in the door and the tears started and my kids are watching TV as like a normal day, and I said, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I was pissed. I was angry. I didn't have time to stop and go to chemo and do this and do that. I have young kids to raise and a husband, a career that was just coming into its own, and we just got back into our house from having a flood, you know, and getting financially stable and back together, and then that whole thing just crumbled apart. I have been involved for about 10 years now with the Kelly for Ellie Fund, and it's amazing. I love the fact that women embrace women and put them up and not put them down, and that's the way it should be. I wasn't supposed to be on the other side. I was the one to do the hair. I was the one to make people feel good about themselves, or hear their story, or listen to the newscasters and see their clothes that they're going to be wearing, and, you know, have a good night. And I didn't want to admit that I needed help. How do you put down your barrier and say, please help me? It's the hardest thing to do, but it's not about me. It's about my family. So the Ellie Fund provided my family with gift cards to Stop and Shop, which was huge. I hate to cook, so that was really good. And the biggest thing that they did, which was amazing, is that they provided my kids with summer camp. So when I was going through my treatments and had my surgery and was at my worst, my kids didn't have to be around me all the time. They could have a break and be kids. Be a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old and have fun and not think about what's going on at home, and go on that field trip. And that was huge. They gave us that piece that we wouldn't have been able financially to be able to do. And that means the world to me, because our kids are everything. When you get that diagnosis, you think, okay, you got to deal with your health, and you got to deal with just getting up in the morning and taking the medicines that you have to take, and seeing your hair come out, and all this other crazy stuff. To think of the money aspect, how does your husband just try to provide for everything? It's overwhelming. And then you get the bills that come in. So just to have that comfort, to know that there was going to be food in the fridge and not have to feel like you have to scrimp or go without, which would have that happen, but was huge, huge. What would I love to say without crying to Buddy and David? Buddy is my mentor. David is just a father figure, an amazing Southern gentleman. They treat him like a princess, which is pretty cool, you know, which sometimes you just don't feel that way. You've lost quite a difference in your body and your hair and everything else, and your confidence can get a little shaken, and I think that they bring that out. It's pretty cool. And for them to receive this award is just, it's beautiful because they are amazing people inside. I'm blessed to have them in my life. I know that this is the 10-year anniversary for Kelly Ferrelli, and if it wasn't for the people that are here, it would be a different story we're having. And I can't thank them enough for buying the ticket and having the glass of wine and getting dressed up and meeting great people, and thank you. For that 9-year-old and that 10-year-old that has to watch their mother sit on the couch and question what's tomorrow going to be like. For them to have some normalcy for just a small window is huge. That's why. For that husband that is working 24/7 to provide for his family. That's why. The gift cards of food and people to come to your house or drive you somewhere, the things that people don't realize. Those things, that's why. To donate. You're helping young kids and families have a little normalcy in a time where nothing feels normal right now. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.